I signed up for the Windows Insider thing with my Rogue Ally X. Then all of a sudden, because you're getting all kinds of builds, I start noticing some weird instabilities. I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving this Insider program on this device. Other devices are all enrolled in it, but I don't want to have this on this particular handheld device. So I reset the device. That was an error. I forgot that Windows has removed the bypass scripts from the out of the box experience, where we could just basically go ahead and bypass and jump right into Windows and not require an online account. Now, that's actually disheartening, but there are still ways around it. You still don't have to do that, and we have all the methods that are available to us. So I'm not panicking. I could have easily just mirrored another device onto this particular device, which is the Rogue Ally X. I can mirror my Xbox Ally X onto it or whatever it is I wanted to do. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. Why not just go start trying these operating systems that everybody is hyping on the Rogue Ally X? And so what I did was I did Bazite. Bazite is basically Steam, apparently. I thought it was going to have like a unique feature. When I installed it, it actually just took me straight here into Steam, and I started downloading my games. So up top here is my Steam Deck, and this right here is my Rogue Ally X. There are issues because you don't get your full functionality. That's another thing too. So you'd have to be willing to experiment and basically have a glorified Steam Deck with better hardware, which is fine with me. Hey, you know what I mean? But it still gives you that same feeling that the Steam Deck gives you, which is, man, I still feel like I'm missing out on something because I don't have everything that I should have, having, been a Steam user. One of the main things that you're going to realize is you don't have access to your entire Steam library. That right there is a bummer, because your Steam library is where you've basically been gathering a lot of your games. It's where you've been, buying titles and stuff. And for some of them not to be able to work on the Steam Deck, it's kind of wild, to be very honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. And kernel level anti-cheat is so, deeply ingrained into the operating system's kernel. That's like deep stuff that you really almost can't bypass it. So you really have to give yourself that particular, piece of the whole puzzle. But here's the thing. I don't play any of my multiplayer games except The Division on a handheld. It's crazy, right? Now, even my soccer games, my FIFA game, FC 20, whatever, not playing it online. And that one has Javelin anti-cheat. I doubt that one's actually even going to work. It may work. I don't know. Somebody help me in the comment section if it actually does work. So when I look at all of the above and I look at the parameters, I'm like, this actually can work in a sense for me. And I did not dual boot, by the way. Some of you are like, well, you could just dual boot back to Windows. No, I wiped the whole thing because I was like, I am not logging in to this thing. Like, I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And I just wiped it and I just installed Bazite on there. And honestly, it's interesting. It's like a more powerful, it's a more powerful, Steam running machine. So that's one of the reasons I like it. I've been trying to get Arkham City. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's done. It's done downloading. I want to play Arkham City on here. Configure PC options. Just play. It will do it again. Ask me each time. It should do it. It should get the job done. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of feels nice. The handling of the Rogue Ally X with the grips, and then having that Steam, usability, like a Steam Deck's okay in terms of its feel. Maybe I need to get like much more coarse grips on this one, but it does the deal. It's a device that I like. I enjoy its functionality and stuff. What is this saying? It said this game's launcher does not support controller input. You can use the trackpad or whatever it is. Open the on-screen keyboard, Steam plus X, or hold Steam to magnify text. It should work, bro. Processing Vulkan shaders. Okay, let's see. Because it has to use a translation layer. This, I don't remember if this actually was a step when I did this on the Steam Deck. Now, look at the support, indicator. It says here under game info that its compatibility is playable. So let's see how that's going to do on Bazite. It still launched the menu. It still launched the settings. 16 by 9. I think we can do 1980 by 1920 by 1080 here. I don't know. Yeah, the ROG Ally X does 1080p gaming, right? Let me make sure. I don't care. We'll see. If it doesn't work, that's fine. FXA high, blah, 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 blah. These games, man, they all need to basically start making games like this play. Let's see what happens. I think we should be able to run the game without. There we go. Games launched. I really like the old games for handhelds. I don't care about a lot of the new titles, for the handhelds and stuff. Hopefully I don't get a copyright for the soundtrack. And that's something that I really think is really cool and really nice. So Steam Deck, go chill over there for a second. I need to install the Decky. I think that's it's supposed to help me be able to make TDP setting tweaks and all of the above. And I've noticed a lot of people dual booting. But me, I don't need to dual boot because I have a dedicated Windows device. So I'm not really interested in dual booting as well. So let's see how that works. Play a little bit of Arkham. Let me play Batman. I was going to play Catwoman, but let me play Bats. Let's play Funhouse Brawl. Fun map. Man, the loading is insane, man. The loading really does put, much more powerful hardware. It really does put the Steam Deck a little bit to shame. I'm sorry. And this kind of game, I don't need to stay plugged in. I just play. Ooh, image is beautiful. Variable refresh rate and all that. Golly. Yeah, Batarang. Oh, I thought that guy was still up. Slap. Yep. I see. These handhelds, right? They really do need that dedicated gaming experience because you pick it up and you want to play a game. However, you start finding out if you use PCs, you find out that you're limited. I was watching a video by Dark 195. He was talking about how, the whole Steam operating system was all cool and everything, but he said, I feel limited. That's what a PC gamer feels whenever they don't have their, options available to them. Because yes, as much as you want to go ahead and talk about that dedicated experience, you really do need, in many cases, the ability to be able to leverage other options that are out there. Give me that knife. And so that's pretty much what I think the main part of this whole thing is, in terms of why the operating system, as nice as it is, you really have to kind of define your gaming to yourself and say, okay, this is what I want to do with this whole thing. You guys have told me not to do the gameplay while I actually talk because I get carried away with it. But when a game is just too juicy, what am I supposed to do? I'm a gamer, guys. I do commentary, sure, but I'm a gamer still. This is not, Super Hot Fire where he says I'm not a rapper. I may be a commentator, but I am a gamer. And this game is like probably one of the better games. I've been playing this game for a long time, guys. You got to understand. I've been playing this game for a very long time. It's like a loop. Hey. But I am doing testing too, so I understand your concern, but this is the first test I'm doing with Arkham City. I played Shinobi, the 2D side scroller, on the game, and that worked beautifully. So I said, man, let's come in and make a video. Let's test Arkham City once it was done downloading, and behold, it's just juicy. Counter properly. I was trying to do that. 3 of you. I want that knife. Give me that knife. one of the crazy things that I tried to get into in game development was like I tried to understand how these video games are made. And as I play them, my brain cannot stop thinking about like mechanics underneath the surface. It really does affect you. If you ever try to make a game, it would change your perception entirely as to how a game is made. You really have to like not do game development for a while to stop thinking about it. And even still, you'll find yourself thinking about it. Huh. I love the way it's so smooth, man. I mean, are you kidding me? Oh man, this is so cool. I mean, just again, like I said, just better, more powerful hardware. Really, sometimes you can feel it in the loading, in the colors. This screen is also pretty beast. But I didn't buy the OLED Steam Deck, and I'm glad I didn't, because that would have been really limited at the end of the day. So if I want now, like I said, I can mirror my Windows device and my Windows device, the Xbox Ally X, and I can basically have that operating system with drivers and everything. Is it going to all work at the same? Maybe. But I'm not really concerned. And that's the beauty of being a PC. You can tinker as much as you want. I was tinkering and I was like, man, I put Windows 10 on it actually. Ooh, I forgot this big buddy was there. I'm going to use him to beat everybody. Dump. Hit him. Take this guy down. Hit him again. I'll make sure everybody's down. Give them a bomb. Everybody stay down. He's going to jump. He jumps. And hit everybody. Jump again. Hit him. Jump. Hit him again. Hit him again. Give him again. Take this stupid shield from this guy. Now jump again. Hit him again. Get everybody. It's so much fun just using him to beat everybody. He's coming for me again. Jump. Use him to hit everybody. Get this guy here. Give him. Jump again. Hit him. Look at that. He thinks it's funny. Hit him again. Hit him again. Hey. Now, some of you have been telling me about Bazai for a minute. You've been talking about Bazai telling me, I should probably go ahead and try it and all that. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, but again, like it's just a Steam Deck in it basically. But and now you don't have all your functionality pretty much, but you do have more powerful hardware. And is Valve going to be interested in? But that's it. Convert your. I mean, Valve said this. This is the beauty of the Steam machine, right? Valve said, "Who are we to tell you what to do with your PC?" That's what they said. They literally said it in that in the Steam machine marketing stuff. But yeah, the Steam machine's a PC, and you can install whatever operating system you want on it. That is the beauty of a PC. I can literally take this and I can go straight into that. I can then bring Windows if I want. Like again, there's a huge slew of video games that I'm missing out too here. I have a big library on I have big libraries on other stores. I know people say, "Oh yeah, I got all these." I'm like, bro, I've been on PC gaming for a minute with, Epic Games and Amazon Prime Gaming with Good Old Games. So there are a number of games I don't have access to, right? And so that's also another question too that I need to pretty much answer, and that's where the Windows device comes in. If I want to carry all my library, this device ain't going, there with me. If I want to carry a specific number of games, oh, of course, right? So that's pretty much it, and that's where Valve needs to pretty much figure out, okay, how are we gonna do all of this with all this unified libraries all over the place? So they're just leaving it up to you. They're not really interested in all of that. They already have access to a huge market on PC with them. Anyways, talk to me in the comment section. Let me hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace out.